Folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I'm your host, Conrad Cushman, flying solo tonight. The intern was not feeling well, so we kind of told everyone to stay away. We also got other people in the crew not feeling well, so it was best everybody just kind of rested up, and then we'll all reconvene when everyone's better, hopefully by next week. So we're flying solo, but we got a lot to talk about tonight. We are going to get into the AEW Dynamite that just happened and went off the air here for June 28th, 2023. Also going to be talking about the fallout from Forbidden Door, everything that happened, our live perspective on the show. We'll get into a little bit of that and discuss some more. AEW Fight Forever is out. We're going to give some initial impressions on that during this podcast episode. Make sure you stick around till the end for that. And last but not least, when we do this, there's only one way to do it. And we got to do it the right way, like my man Hub says on Clash of the Podcast every Monday at 6:05 Eastern Standard Time. Got to drop that intro, baby. Let's go.
Everything pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people. The best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin. The opinion and the lesson. Yes, everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you.
Yes, we are getting our notes together here. I just noticed that one of my numbers was off. Little things like that bug you when you're doing this. But welcome, everybody. Good to have everyone in here. Everyone is doing well, I hope. Get into some of our early shout outs and let's discuss what's going on in the world of professional wrestling. Positively E in the house. He said Danielson brittle AF. I feel for Danielson, man. He always gives 130% when he's out there. Sad to hear about his injury to his forearm. I hope he recovers and heals. I'm hoping he's back in time for Allin. I think he needs to be on that card somewhere. I don't know where he fits in at this moment, but hopefully things work out for that. How is Fight Forever? We'll talk about that towards the end, my friend. Towards the end. Sir Quills, yeah, buddy. Your boy Sir Quills is back to enjoy yet another AEW Dynamite review. What's up, Conrad, Derek, and chat? Let's get into it. Appreciate you, Quills. Matt Lopez says, damn, Sting is nuts. For real. For real. Good evening, all. Thank you. B-Boy Skyline said, Conrad versus Derek and Fight Forever. Me and Rob on commentary. Not tonight. No Derek tonight. Staying crazy as hell, Matt. He's making up for missed bumps before he retires. Sting is wild, man. I think Sting lost some teeth or bit his tongue on that landing. Yeah, I don't know. That it was not good. I should ask Sting how he feels this Saturday at Nickel City Comic Con. Definitely, man. If you get a chance to go, man, you gotta take a good picture with the boy Sting, man. Sting is not human. Everybody at times, I really think that this man forgets that he's in his lower 60s. Man, it might be upper now. I don't know. I don't know Sting's age offhand. So I pick up my copy tomorrow. How's everyone enjoying Fight Forever? We're gonna get into it. We're gonna deep dive that bad boy too when we get into it. Someone check on Sting. He's not right. What's up, Deanna? Welcome. Eric, let me say this. I love Ruby and Ring. However, her voice is nails on a chalkboard to me. Come on, Eric. Come on. Wrestlers will do anything for the pop, B. Goldberg don't deserve a match with Sting. He never did. Goldberg 4 out of 10 player. So you've been listening to that Bret Hart slander coming off on Goldberg. Goldberg wouldn't make it 5 minutes. Oh, word, Conrad, just you? Yes, sir. Hubbard Wrestling Weekly in the building, saying blessings to everyone. Show Sean some love, man. If you like boxing, MMA, pro wrestling, he's got some good content coming up on the 1st. I think it's before Money in the Bank that weekend. Sean is going to be doing a deep dive into some pro wrestling talk. Subscribe for more. Go see what he's talking about. All right. Sean, good dude. Love working with him. He's going to have some good stuff on. Pro Wrestler Shoot in the house. What is good, family? What is good? Dustin, come get that smoke. All right, Dustin. All right. I hope Derek is ready to eat that steak, egg, and cheese. Who you telling, Eric? Good evening, Conrad. Good evening, everyone. What's up, Original Biggie? Appreciate you, family. A lot of Monteezy on Dynamite tonight, for real. Teasy the best, man. Shout out to Monteezy, Swerve City, Rich Latta, Anthony King. Like everybody was on that soundtrack that I knew, man. Good for them. I'm happy for everybody who got to get on there. Righteous Reg, too, from Grapsody. Much love to all the homies, man. For Derek one time, the Ricky Spanish. He's not on this card tonight. I don't know if we're going to get to yell that. Sting filling up the 2023 bump card. Chad, what up? I'm guessing Derek got fired from the show. No, Derek's not fired. Derek's not fired. I'm still trying to figure out what he did when he broke his arm. He'll be back in time for All Out, not All In. We'll see. Well, it's the next week. So how's he going to be back in for one and not the other? So say what you want about Danielson. He finished the match. Yeah, I think E's point was to what I had said a few weeks ago, though. Punk was injury prone, but I haven't heard too many people say that about Danielson now. Just weird things that you see and you begin to notice when people do that stuff. Sting is someone says Sting is 64. Good googly moogly. Playing that Road to Elite. Now that's one of the most I have not messed with. And everybody is showing love. If you fire Derek, I riot. Derek's got to show up. You gonna riot for that? That's what people gotta get ready to riot for. But no, I told Derek tonight not to worry about it. I didn't want to get him sick because the intern was sick. So not worth the risk, right? And I might need you guys to fill in some gaps on part of this show for me because I feel like I'm going to be missing some of these things because I don't understand why I got graphics for some of these things and then nothing popped up. But you'll be happy to know that Everything Pro Wrestling is back being a YouTube partner again. So you can leave those super chats now. Feel free. Mark them up. Help your boy. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Leave comments after. Listen on the audio version. Leave us that 5-star review. Tell a friend. Spread the word. We're growing. The channel is growing. I love it. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it moving. Keep me motivated. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Getting into tonight's Dynamite show. We opened up tonight with Jon Moxley versus one of my favorites in New Japan Pro Wrestling, the Stone Pitbull, Tomohiro Ishii. And much love to my guy, Brian Williams, who corrected me on this because I used to say Ishii all the time, but we believe it is pronounced Ishii. So much love to Ishii. I'm so glad to see him. Heck of a performer, and I definitely think he is someone who deserves more respect. I'm really upset that I never got to see him get like a world title run in New Japan. That's how much I like Tomohiro Ishii. Go back and watch some of his classics with like Kenny Omega. He's put on bangers with almost everybody. Just go back and find his matches, even from a couple years ago. Amazing. I know when you see this dude, he walks around, he looks like he's hurt all the time with his neck and everything else, but the dude is straight up amazing. I promise you that. Mox and Ishii get in the ring. They're nose to nose right from the beginning. BCC are on the outside, and they get cut off by Eddie Kingston's music. Oh my goodness. Eddie Kingston being back on AEW, such a good thing. And people were going to work. They were cheering for Eddie. They were happy for him. Mox and Ishii were just going back and forth with exchanges, whether it was chops, whether it was forearm shots to the face. They were doing the strong style that you would see in Japan, back and forth, back and forth. I couldn't believe that they started headbutting each other, bloody headbutts. Moxley's head's bleeding. I don't know if Ishii's head started bleeding or if that was just from Mox's head, but the blood was a-flowing in this match, and they were going trading blow for blow in this. I thought we got some really cool spots with Ishii popping back up and hitting a sliding clothesline to a seated Moxley. You had the double arm DDT. Moxley goes for the pin. Ishii kicks out. Everyone can't believe it. How did he kick out of that? The double arm DDT. Moxley eventually starts brawling with them. They're going back and forth with each other. Death Rider, 1, 2, 3. Moxley gets the win. And afterwards, him and Kingston kind of exchanged words, and they did the old elementary school bump, the bully bump, the shoulder to shoulder, get out of my way type of deal. Woo! Tensions heat up from that. And there's some more that happened after. I'm going to lead right into this. MJF and Adam Cole are backstage. We find out that he congratulates Cole on wink face being sick for Forbidden Door and getting out of that match. And Cole said, I really was sick. And MJF is like, yeah, right. Sure. It reminded me of high school. Like, everybody knows that douche who would be like, how'd you get out that test, bro? And I was like, nah, I'm really sick, bro. I have tissues right here. Yeah, sure, bud. Sure. MJF, just the classic heel. So he's trying to work with them, and it seems like he's trying to form a friendship with Adam Cole like he's done everybody else. And Adam Cole said, we're not getting out of here just yet because MJF wants to hang. He said, I got a few people I need to talk to. And MJF said, hey, one more thing. Got a surprise for you. Boom. And it says, better than you, baby, on Shop AEW. I'm sure those shirts are for sale for sale and selling like hotcakes right now. I had some people in the Everything Pro Wrestling Facebook group. If you're not part of it, please feel free to join. It's Everything Pro Wrestling Group. And put that in, private group. Come talk a little pro wrestling with us. Always looking for people to come in, share articles, talk wrestling. And from there, these guys just shake their heads. I can tell they're doing the classic I don't like you angle, but I think they're going to make this entertaining. And I'm hoping that they can switch this up from the usual MJF formula. More on that momentarily. Kingston and Mox are backstage, and they're arguing in front of Renee. Now, the other members of the BCC are there. Claudio and Yuta are there. And Kingston's like, you're hanging around with this scumbag. He's like, you're arguing over something from Chikara from 10 years ago. And Kingston's like, so it's my life. I can do what I want. This sounds like a real New York City argument happening on the street corner. And you're just trying to walk by. Like, excuse me, pardon me. I don't want none. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to be interjected in any of this. Keep it moving. Well, Renee's in the middle and she's yelling for them to stop. And she tells Eddie he needs to fix this. And they both storm off. Interesting where things are going. Danielson's out injured. We just mentioned that from his incredible match with Okada. Who can fill the void on that side? Do they need to fill the void? Then on the other side, we've got the Elite, who's going to be filling in for that with their next match that's going to happen. More on that momentarily. Let's go to the chat. Let me see. Oh, he's putting up the gamer tag. Okay, Dustin. Okay. I see you in these streets. I would love to see Ospreay versus Danielson, but I think if not, he should retire. I don't think you're going to get that yet. I think Danielson's going to go out when he's ready to. I think he knows he's towards the end, but I don't know how much longer he's going to want to go. But I think he's got a job in pro wrestling no matter what. Making my call and fight forever like ring, 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 ring. Get that brick phone. Derek out making t-shirt designs, I bet. I bet he's not. I bet he's not. Jungle Fool borrowed Christian look. This match was a barn burner. I need face belt collector Kenny Omega. Could happen. Moxley and Ishii was a great match to start the show. Hard hitting from start to finish and a true battle of attrition. Eddie and Claudio with looks that kill. We might be getting that yo chill E. They might be getting ready for a Ring of Honor rematch too, because Claudio is still the Ring of Honor world champion. Sting told the live crowd he might need stitches in his lip and has a loose tooth. Yikes. Eddie and Claudio at Allin for the ROH World Heavyweight Championship. Be wild. Doc Samson must have been like, do I look like a joke to you? I love the MJF and Cole segments. They were good tonight, Dan. I liked them too. Eddie Kingston and Claudio Castagnoli truly hate each other as they keep their eyes off each other throughout the match. MJF doesn't know the heel Cole can be. Cole was a great heel in Ring of Honor. Loved it. I was waiting for Renee to get hit. Oh, no. If that happens, Moxley's going off. Jocelyn, evening all. Didn't get to watch today. Well, hopefully I'm filling in for you, Jocelyn, or you're just here to support, but we appreciate that here. I think Adam Cole comes back to the I think Adam Cole comes back to help the Bucks. I don't see that. I think he's busy with MJF. AEW Fight Forever. Now I understand why Brian Williams left Ukes. Come on, Cray. None of that slander. We'll be talking about that at the end. I'm at work, but I'll be home after midnight. We need Undisputed Elite back. Okay. AEW tweeted it out. 920 Grand Slam. Yes, it's going down. After this, we got highlights of one of the matches that we could talk about, which was Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay. I'm trying to avoid recency bias, but this is up there as one of the best matches that I've ever seen live. Unfreaking believable. Another one that I always put up there is the Dustin Rhodes and Cody Rhodes, or well, he was Goldust in the match, versus the Shield of Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns with Moxley on the outside and Dusty Rhodes on the outside. Another heart-tugging match, but this one right here, not much to complain about. You can get nitpicky over some of the ref stuff that we talked about on Clash of the Podcast, live every Monday at 6:05. But this match was a chef's kiss. This match might be in contention for match of the year. I really, really, really enjoyed this one, and I thought it was great. That's all I could say. That's all I could say. I know we're at the halfway point, we're almost past the halfway point in match of the year awards and things like that, but get your mind floating for some of these. You know, we always put out the poll at the end of the year, and I wonder where this is going to fall. Next up, we had a late edition match. Big shout out to my guy, Jesus De Leon, for getting this to me. We had Orange Cassidy, who randomly asked Keith Lee and Vikingo to team with him, versus Daniel Garcia, Matt Menard, and Angelo Parker. Keith Lee is back. The hair was dyed black tonight. I think it's a better look for him. If not, he can even shave the head. I don't think Keith Lee will look bad with the baldy either. Trying to recruit some more people to the team. Keith Lee could go with the baldy if he needs to. Daniel Garcia was about to do the dance. Vikingo takes no part in it. He gives him a quick turnaround kick to the stomach. Best spot in this match. I'm jumping right to the middle to the end. Daniel Garcia dancing on Keith Lee's back. Keith Lee got a hot tag, came in, was wrecking everyone. The Jericho Appreciation Society, the three of them jump Keith Lee. He's down on his knees. Garcia stands on his back and hits his dance. Leads to him getting caught. Double clotheslines. He gets to fly down. After that, Vikingo goes to a spot where I think Keith Lee was supposed to catch him. It did not happen. Keith Lee got clipped. It was a rough one. It was a rough spot, but they eventually recovered, still ended up getting to where they needed to, and they did what they had to, right? Keith Lee gets in. He gets Matt Menard in the ring, hits him with the Big Bang Catastrophe, the BBC wink face. And he gets the win for his team. This was a different matchup. They're still showing Orange Cassidy's injured. Vikingo is always put onto a big pedestal representing AAA because of the relationship with Tony Khan and Conan, I assume. It was good. It was good. I have no complaints on this one. It felt random, but it was a match to move things forward. I still believe Daniel Garcia is going to challenge Shibata. I don't know if that's official yet for the Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor pay-per-view next month. That's where I think they're going with that match. I don't know what's going to happen. Eric said, I really want to see Ospreay versus Bryan if Bryan is ever healthy enough. He'll be back. He'll be back. Ospreay versus Omega from Forbidden Door, besides the shenanigans of Don Callis, was wrestling perfection. Quills, I agree. I did not like Don Callis coming back out for the second time, undermining the official. That's my only complaint about it. When Garcia dances, it amuses me. It's a good dance. The trios match was very good. I thoroughly enjoyed Cassidy, Lee, and Vikingo. Got the W. El Hijo del Vikingo is a human video game. He is unreal. Bro, I couldn't even tell you how he does half the stuff he does. Truly, I got nothing. I couldn't tell you. I can't figure it out. He's just good at what he does. So good. The Hung Bucks are backstage, and they have an open challenge for a trios match tonight. and the Dark Order come over to answer the challenge. Hangman's trying to say we can make it a 12-man if we need to, and they're pissed at Hangman. Hangman has been a bad friend to them, in my opinion. They were hanging out with him when he was down and out and he didn't have any friends, and then he kind of has forgotten about them, or at least they feel forgotten about because he's back with the Bucks and the Elite. Well, they challenged them to a match, and they've accepted. Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara are backstage. They cut a promo for their tag team match tonight, the Texas Tornado tag match. And I don't have a graphic for the next match because I wasn't ready for it. It is Dark Order versus the Hung Bucks. During this, Dark Order are upset with Hangman for abandoning them. You got pockets of CM Punk chants tonight. I don't know if anyone else heard that, but there were a little bit of CM Punk, and that was before the first break. Uno and Hangman got into a brawl. Chaos broke loose for a little bit. Reynolds and Silver hit a flurry of tag team moves, and Reynolds got a 2 count. Shotgun lariat, or buckshot lariat, on John Silver for the win. Hangman Page gets it for his team after BCC attack, and the Dark Order didn't help. Is this their big heel turn? Is the Dark Order finally going back to being the Dark Order from back in the day? Makes you wonder, right? I don't know what we're going to get out of this, but I think it's going to get interesting pretty soon with all of the stuff that they have going on. After the attack, Dark Order leaves. Konosuke Takeshita came out and joined them with Don Callis and helping put on the beatdown. Moxley gets on the microphone and he says, Elite, Blood and Guts, July 17th, Boston, TD Garden Arena. We got the date. We got the time. We're getting a Blood and Guts match. The question is, who is going to be on each side? Who replaces Danielson? Do you need a replacement? Do you just go with Konosuke, Yuta, Claudio? But then is it just Kenny? Does Kenny need Kota Ibushi anymore? Do you just say, nah, forget it? What do you do here? Interesting. If anyone has any theories, please feel free to throw them in the chat. Oh, we are going to get Kenny versus Hangman again? Ooh, okay. Not yet official, but I think it'll happen. Garcia versus Shibata on the Death Before Dishonor card should start taking shape soon. Yeah, I think at the next taping it will. The Dark Order versus the Elite is an unexpected trios match. It was good, but could have been better based on their caliber. Adam Page was too conflicted through the match, but ultimately snapped out of it to pick up the W. Yeah. And I could see the Dark Order. I want to see the Dark Order possibly turn heel. I don't know what to do with them anymore as a trio. Like, I don't know if turning them heel is the right thing because they kind of get pops. I mean, because -1's with them sometimes, and that's, you got to be face if you got him around. But I don't know where this is leading to. And it doesn't mean they're heels either. Maybe they're going to go tweener role. You know, maybe they're just mad at Hangman. They're not mad at everybody else. They're just mad at him. I don't know. I don't know what this means for it all, but I'm interested in this. I think right now it'll be Kenny, Hangman, and the Bucks versus the BCC. The same people I named: Moxley, Claudio, the Menace, and Konosuke Takeshita. And I think Kota Ibushi might be the one to help if anything goes sideways. That's how I see it. He might help neutralize Don Callis if need be. Matt Lopez says I can see it staying 4-on-4. Yeah, I think if the Kota thing's going to happen, that's how they do it. Stay 4-on-4. You have the cage match. You do what you got to do for it. And there it is. And I'm hoping then that this will end the feud and we can get into some different things for the All-In card. I don't know what else to say or what else they could do for All-In. There are plenty of options for them to think about. And Sean, I appreciate you running the pictures for me tonight. We don't know what they're going to be able to do, but they got to figure out a match that can help sell out that arena in Wembley. They got to figure out something. So hopefully they can find a match big enough to help fill that stadium. You know, you never know. Sick, what's good, bro? Welcome. Kota is family, All-In debut. You could. I think they're going to hold off for this either. If he doesn't debut at Blood and Guts, then I could see him having a match at All-In and helping out. Quill said the BCC beatdown angle was a good thing to bring controversy involving the Elite and the actions of the Dark Order. It could be a heel turn for the Dark Order, but we shall see. Shout out to Yuda's Chain, he said. The Menace. Yes, we need Double J versus Paul White to sell out Wembley. Matt, did you say what I think you said?
Well,
you never know. Punk versus Kenta could sell out Wembley. Nah, Kenta's done, bro. After he asked for too much of a big bag, he talked all that mess. He messed up, man. He should have just took the money they were offering. He was trying to milk it. And I think Tony put his foot down and was like, nah, we ain't doing that, player. Afterwards, Owen Hart Foundation tournament promos. We get some highlights. We see some of the other competitors: Dustin, Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricky Starks, Samoa Joe, Roderick Strong. A bunch of people get to speak on what they're going to do for that. I thought that was very well done. Roderick Strong and Adam Cole have a discussion about MJF. Roddy's telling him don't trust him. Of course not. Why would you trust MJF if you're Adam Cole? That's what I'm saying. At this point, you gotta know. You gotta know dude's gonna turn on you, right? You can't never trust a snake. That's what I say. From that, they have a little discussion about him, and then out comes everybody's favorite, Jungle Boy. I'm not going to put his graphic up because he doesn't deserve it tonight after what he pulled. Jungle Boy said that he hates that music that he comes out to. And hold on. I got to find. Rob gave me the quote before. Let me verify this here. Where is it? Boom. Blame Canada. He said he was banging the hottest bitch. Instantly boo this man. Boo Jungle Boy. Boo him. And he went out there and got heat. But then when Hook's music hit, after he said he was going to beat the shit out of him, Hook's music hits and Jungle Boy runs like I've never seen someone run before. Jungle Boy needs more turtleneck. I could turn that into something really bad, but I'm going to leave it right where it is. Keep Paul White out of Wembley and off my TV. To sell out Wembley, you need Angelico versus Fuego del Sol. Man, shout out to my guy Fuego, man. I was sad to see that he's not with AEW anymore. Why trust Adam Cole, LOL? No. I meant never, ever trust MJF, excuse me. Adam Cole's trustworthy. He's good with Roderick, but if I said something, I must have misspoke. Never trust MJF in these situations. I hope Cole realizes it and he catches him before he can sneak him. Jack Christian Perry, peace. Conrad, you're not getting Punk versus Omega at All In. I mean, why not? Why not? If that's what the fans want, wouldn't you do what's best for business if you're a EVP? Just saying. She's hot, but definitely not the hottest in AEW. Come on now, Dustin. Definitely one of the hottest bitches for sure. Inappropriate. Jungle Fool ran faster than the Flash. His words, not mine. Good call, Slick. Good call. Jack Perry's first heel promo was just all right. Just standard heel turn promo. Still can't fully talk yet, but enough heat to get under Hook's skin. This is going to be interesting to see what they do here. Jack Perry claims he's coming for the FTW championship. He knows how much it means to Hook. I could see them having him do something really bad, and this might be the way to get rid of that title so that it's not on TV anymore. Nah, they'll still be fighting over Brawl Out. Kenny said he was cool with it. I don't know. Eventually, Dustin, at the end of the day, they're going to have to work with each other. You mean to tell me Tony's going to keep running from one side of the arena to the other when one side has a problem or the other side has a problem? You can't keep doing that forever. All right. Eventually, when they're all in, they're all gonna have to be under the same building. They're gonna have to be on the same plane, the same bus, possibly. What are you supposed to do? You got to work together. The decision's been made. You can't change it on either side. Do what you got to do. I can't believe Jungle Boy ran. Ruby Soho takes on Alexa Nicole. This was a standard match. So the match was originally supposed to be the Owen Hart tournament match with Dr. Britt Baker and Ruby Soho, women's tournament quarterfinal. But Britt Baker is out sick. A lot of people were attacking Britt Baker and Adam Cole for getting sick, I guess. I'm assuming that she has a fever like Adam Cole did. Tony said, don't worry about it. Ruby comes into this match, though, with something to prove, puts the to build the match that they're going to have next week with each other. Ruby gets the victory here. Lockjaw, like I said, had the glove on and everything. And then she proceeded to cut a pretty nice promo, I thought. I thought Ruby did a good job with it. It was standard, but I still thought that her delivery was really good. And I thought that she meant what she said when she was getting into it, talking about what Britt told her when she first came into the company. They brought up a lot of old stuff. I thought it was a good promo, personally. Let's see here. I swear the EVPs have a restraining order on. I don't know how or why that would. Maybe they do. Ironically, Jack Perry did to Hook what Christian Cage did to him not too long ago. Can't trust him. I'd force them to work together, period, and get rid of the EVP position. I said that from the beginning. That should have happened. And Cakes, my words, not his. Don't be making this worse now. All right. We can't be having that.
Daddy, chill.
All right. Cool it. Moving forward, I thought we were going to get some type of like confirmation of more matches for the Blind Eliminator tournament. I only saw one other team made in this. Okay. You guys tell me. I know here I don't have the Rampage lineup. I'm hoping someone else has it or they can yell it to me. I missed that. And did we get more of the brackets revealed other than the one match? People are saying they miss Jamie Hayter. I hear that. Where's BJ? We need a proper peach. Keep a PG in the chat, folks. So Rampage, we find out Johnny TV and QT Marshall are going to be going up against Matt Hardy and Isaiah Cassidy. Claudio's defending the Ring of Honor Championship against Commander. And I missed the rest of it because I was trying to take notes. Someone asked me a question, and then you got everything was happening way too fast for me. Slow down. That's the one thing I will say that I enjoy about Collision is like it feels like it's just whoosh, slow pace. Here's what's coming up on Dynamite this week. Boom, 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 boom. And instead, we're like trying to plug Rampage. We're trying to plug this. We're plugging that. It's just so fast. So fast. What's your question, Eric, before we get into the main here? Do you think LA Knight wins Money in the Bank? You didn't hear my predictions on Monday, Eric?
Yeah!
Oh yeah, I think he wins. Ruby Soho, due to Britt Baker being sick, had a squash match with a local talent. Nice touch by Soho, taunting Brick throughout the match. Yeah, using the lockjaw. LA Knight should win Money in the Bank, but it's going to be Logan Paul because Vince. Wow. I'm hoping it's not going that route for it, but you never know. Hold on here. People are sending me stuff. Boom. I don't remember the rest of the matches, but Rampage is on Friday, 10. Watch it if you want. We'll have a group thread up. We'll talk about it. I try to watch Rampage. It's usually on in the background while I'm doing some other stuff and getting ready for some Taekwondo early in the morning on Saturdays. Chris Statlander versus Lady Frost for the TBS title is going to be on Collision. Roderick Strong versus Samoa Joe is also going to be on Collision. Dustin Rhodes versus powerhouse. I don't know why I love saying it like that. Juice Robinson versus Ricky Starks. Love Juice. Juice is my boy. And MJF is going to make his Collision debut. What do you know? Fine thing to say. All right. You can kick that high, Conrad. Come find out. That's what I always tell people. You never know. You sound tired. I am very tired, bro. I think my voice is still trying to recover from the pay-per-view. I've been real busy at work. Like I said, intern sick. I had to run all around. So today I went and worked out. Right after that, I had to go to the grocery store. I shopped. I came home. I did that. Like I told you my entire day. I came home. I did that. And then I got set up for this to do the live show. So I apologize for the tiredness, but I'm running on low fuel, we'll just say. I got less than a quarter tank, but I got a lot left in the tank if I got to try to ramp it up for you guys. Yeah. Dustin, keep it PG. You in upstate New York? Yes, sir. I'm from Buffalo. Powerhouse. See, it's catchy. Roderick Strong versus Joe. The winner will be the one who makes the other's chest look like hamburger. This should be a classic throwback, like Ring of Honor match. I could see it happening. I'm just trying to think here. Joe and Punk. I still think Punk loses to Joe once it's time to do it. You got to have Punk tap out to Joe. There's no other way to do it right now. I know your big ass ain't taking no taekwondo. You need to take some judo. Listen, I ain't taking no taekwondo. The intern takes it. But people know I can do some of that stuff if I need to. I'm the one who helps them do it. So you don't think I have to show them like, okay, sidekick and all that. I can do it a little bit. Don't be fooled. I'm from outside of Albany. Okay. That's what's up. Shout out to New York. Yeah, but you don't have Sting's tank. LOL. I need that. My family is up there. One of my nieces goes to college in Buffalo. Yeah. Good for her. Wish her the best. But Buffalo's not as bad as people think it is. Conrad Kushman, the hardest working man in the business. Salute, bro. I'm telling you, Quills. It's been a grind lately. I need a vacation is what I need, but I don't have it coming up until I think I got like 2 or 3 more weeks before my actual vacation from the shoot job. So hopefully soon, because then when I get that, I can probably get some rest. I'm doing a favor for someone tomorrow too, and I got to be up at like 6 a.m. I never stop, bro. I never stop. My doctor just told me about that, so I got to pump the brakes a little bit. I'm going to do that soon here. Punk needs to finally beat Joe. I don't think it's going to happen right away. They're going to have to build that up. Tell the story that's there. Anyway, let's get back to this. So no one has mentioned that they came up with any other teams for this, right? So we mentioned all the matches that are going to be happening on Collision. Next week on Dynamite, hopefully when Derek is back and we'll get to review this, Keith Lee is teaming with Swerve Strickland versus Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin. You mean to tell me you want me to believe these names were picked randomly? That was random? Bruh. You got to give us a little more random that. You happen to have 2 people who hate each other team up, like arch nemesis just happen to team up in the first round. I get it, but you know what I'm going to say to that. Like, what are we doing here? But Swerve and Keith Lee, I'm sure will put on a great match, especially with Orange and Darby. So it'll be those 2 in a match next week. So that's kind of my sleeper. And then Dr. Britt Baker versus Ruby Soho. So we will get this match next week for Dynamite. Should be a fun one. All right. Going up next, it's time for your main event. It was a tornado tag match. Some call it Texas tornado tag match. The Painmaker, aka Mom Says You Have to Take Me to the Mall, Chris Jericho in his jacket versus Sammy Guevara, one time for Derek, Spanish God, versus It's Dad, It's Sting, and Darby Allin. All right. Dog. I don't. This match is crazy. And it's crazy for like all the strangest reasons. Like I don't know karate, but I know crazy. Chill. I find these pairings to be highly convenient. How about a little suspense here? No, well, the thing is, don't tell me they're random. If you want me to believe they're random, just say you put together some arch nemesis to see how well they would do for a tag title shot. Something's on the line there, you know. Strange bedfellows matches. I really thought Sammy was turning. Why would you think that? Not yet. You need Wardlow and Hobbs as a tag team. Bro, give me that fire and ice. Stop booking matches until you patch them in Fight Forever. This match had spots that didn't need to be there. Deanna, you might be right. You might be right for some of this. So, like I said, tornado tag means there's no tags in. Everybody's in at the same time. More chaos, and you can also like let Jericho and Sting breathe in this, and let Sammy and Darby distract people with some of their crazy stunts and actions. The way Darby flipped from the stairs over that guardrail was perfect. I don't know how he's so good at some of those spots. It's got to be an accident. I don't know. He's really, really good though. So good. Painmaker versus Sting is like Evil Crow versus Good Crow. Evil Crow versus the Joker. And why does Jericho look like an emo child? Come on now. You guys are funny. And listen, don't discount that Wardlow and Hobbs couldn't be a team. I think it could happen. Why not? Have my man Teddy Long back managing. You remember Fire and Ice, Scott Norton and Ice Train? You could do the same thing, even though that team hated each other. That's why they didn't work out. But on the outside, Darby sets up two tables. One of the tables is broken already. It was the far one out too from not the one where Sammy was mostly laying on. Sammy gets put on there. Fam, hold on. I got to put myself up for this. Why? So Darby looks like he's going to jump, and then Sting climbs the other side. I thought, oh, he's just going to be on there for support. He'll be in the shot then. Cool. No, they go buck wild. And they're like, you know what? Sting's like, no, I got this. And I was like, is Sting going to make it? And you just see the sheer look of fear on a fan's face. Like, what are we doing here? Sting leaps off the ladder and does a splash through one of the tables. Mouth is bleeding after, probably caught a knee to the mouth or something. Unfriggin' believable. Unbelievable. I can't believe he made it all the way. Sting is wild and crazy. I got nothing bad to say about this dude. He gives it 110% every time. Darby ends up grabbing a skateboard. He hits an ollie on the Painmaker's back. This just reminds me of going to a local mall in the 90s. Like, I don't know what's happening here. Ollieing on people's backs. Jericho goes face first into a ladder. He propped up into the corner. The Painmaker uses the skateboard and then delivers a Judas effect, knocks Darby out of the ring. Sting gets in behind him. Walls of Jericho gets applied. Sting is not looking like he's in a good place. He grabs the JAS bat, hits Jericho in the head, dinks him. Down goes Jericho. Stinger splash in the corner, goes for another one, but gets caught with a code breaker by Jericho. 2 count. They had you really believing here. Scorpion deathlock on Jericho. And Jericho's got no choice but to give up to Sting. A match you never thought you'd see on Nitro that you got to see in the year 2023. Sting and Darby remain undefeated. How about giving them a tag team title shot, you know? They remain undefeated here, though. I thought this was a good one. I enjoyed this one, too. I feel like tonight's show is... I would give this show like a 7. I don't really have a lot to complain about here. Could it have been more oomph to it than what we got? Yeah, but they were dealing with some things, I guess. Not that I'm giving them the pass, like, oh, whatever. I just thought it was a fine show. It was wrestling. You got wrestling on the card. This is what we're doing. And they're building towards a lot of things. You got Ring of Honor pay-per-views. We've got Blood and Guts. You've got All In. A lot of stuff is being built up, and they're starting to do some of the work now. It's going to be interesting to see what the All-In card is going to be. And will we get different people on the card? Let me know your Dynamite review scores. in the chat. All right. And I told you, I kind of moved through this one pretty fast. I didn't harp on anything too long because I wanted to get to some of the content here that we could talk about a little AEW Fight Forever in here. We talked about, I thought the Danielson Okada match too was great. I know a lot of people said we were quiet for it. I'm drained now, but this is how I felt in the Danielson Okada match. Like I was drained, but so good. I could not believe the tap out that they did for Okada. It looked so painful. I was one of the shocked people in the arena. Like I couldn't believe they did that. So good. Sammy ain't turning until Ghetto ain't looking. Them tables was too damn far. Dude, it had me shook too. Darby has become a bad influence on Sting. It was like Fight Forever lights out match. This tornado tag match was entertaining. Good spots mixed with some dangerous spots, especially from Sting. As long as Sting and Darby get the W, it's all good, which they did. Sting and Darby definitely in a prayer circle in Doc Samson's right now. Y'all need to get Sting and Sammy as blind one time and Darby and Jericho as the other. No, I don't think they'll do that for the tournament. And it's already been announced it's Darby and Orange who've been teaming. Like, what? AEW 7 out of 10, EPW 10 out of 10. Jungle Boy dives into the car, 10 out of 10. Jungle Boy went head first. Tony told him, get in that car. Blind tag team. The fuck is going on with my typing? Yeah, it's all right. I knew what you meant, Dustin. Dustin says 7 out of 10. Great show. They've been on a roll lately. New Japan cameos help. Yeah, always. New Japan can always help freshen up a card a little bit. Dynamite tonight, 8 out of 10. Much respect. To those in the chat and to those who want to talk about it. We talked about the fallout from Forbidden Door. I had a great time. Toronto was fun. I really enjoyed it. I give it 6 turtle necks. Turtle doves. Fight Forever for now. 8 out of 10. Okay. Let's talk a little Fight Forever, shall we? Fight Forever, and I don't have a lot of newer pictures for this, but Fight Forever came out today for those who got the Elite Edition, and I got it. So I have played a few matches in it. I've unlocked like most of the characters that were extra, the extra attires and things like that. I've had fun playing it. Initial impression. So this is not like my final review. This is me playing a couple matches. I have not played Road to the Elite. I did not create a wrestler. I have not done some of the other things in there yet. I saw a lot of people comparing this game to the 2K games. I don't think you're doing yourself a fair service by doing that. 2K games have been around since like 99, 2000, like some of the assets in those games. You cannot compare those games fairly and tell me like, yeah, people should really be into this and dig this. It cannot happen. It should not happen. Why are you saying that, Conrad? Because when it comes to the Fight Forever game, you have to look at this as this is brand new. People forget that they built this from scratch. They did this on the Unreal Engine. All right. You're going to get more stuff from people like me in here than you would get from most. This is on a brand new engine. And a lot of the moves, as Nick Sobek said in his interview with SE Scoops, shout out to SE Scoops, one of my favorite wrestling news sites. They said that, I see your comment, Sig. I got something to tell you in 1 second. They said, as far as how it goes with the game will depend on a bunch of things. But they also said that they made a decision to hand draw the moves versus doing the mocap stuff. That already makes it different. Whether the moves look the same or not, that could be based on the prototypes that they use. Like, this is what this move should look like. An arm drag should look like this. And maybe that's what they look at, they watch, and then they go, okay, it's got to look just like that. Boom. People are making bad assumptions about the game. Oh, they copied this, they did that. People are saying, oh, the call mode's not good. I saw some people got a review copy and they said things weren't good. Not saying that you can't say that, but I think that there's still opportunities to improve. There are DLCs that are going to be coming out eventually for this season pass DLCs. Are we getting free updates? This is something I think that AEW or THQ Nordic, AEW games, whomever it may be, whoever wants to tackle this can say, we're still working on the game and we still have things coming, but they also have said they need your support for this. So if you like this game, I think the gameplay is great. If you want to hear a positive of what I think, the gameplay feels very smooth to me. When you pick up the controller, I was able to understand it like this because I'm a No Mercy guy. No Mercy is my favorite game. That's the GOAT still. Is No Mercy the person to, or excuse me, is AEW Fight Forever going to try to take over that spot for me? Maybe you can get there. We got to see how long it has for longevity and everything else. It's also a different time, different console, different things. Now you got online and many other things that will change it. And I'm going to get to some of the comments here in 1 second. I see you guys talking in here. With the gameplay, it's very pick up and play. I feel like I can hand this controller to a friend who doesn't play wrestling or hasn't played it in years, and I'll be like, yeah, these are the buttons. These are the main buttons, and this is what you do. Play it like you would play World Tour. Play it like you play Revenge or WrestleMania 2000 or Virtual Pro Wrestling 2. It's the exact same type of scheme, you know? And you just have to figure out maybe one or two things. Reversals are 2 buttons, again, in this game. Makes it a little more difficult, but it adds to the fun, I think, in playing the matches versus just spamming one button all the time. Got to think, got to be critical in this. That's how I see it. I love the gameplay, and I think it's a lot of fun when you get into it. And this is from someone who, I'll tell you right now, I don't feel like I'm good at the game yet. But when I get to that level, and if you could find someone who's on your level to play with, this game's going to be fun. The competitive matches will be fun. I've heard something bad about signatures online. I hope that maybe gets addressed and how they do the buildups, but that's on a wait and see. Because I know I hope Kenny and them are just going to find a way to take feedback and report things and be able to tell what they want to do with them. Let's go into the chat and see if anyone else has thoughts, comments, and I'll try to comment on these things. I'll probably stick around here for a few minutes and then we'll get on out of here for the evening. I expect all future patches and DLCs will take up over the years to come. Right. But Dustin, Nick Sobek, shout out to him. He is in charge of the games division with Kenny, I guess. They need support. So when they put out the DLC packs, you got to buy it. You also have to be playing the game. They can see, these video game companies can see how often you're playing the game, who you pick, what you're doing, which is fine. Play the game how you want to play the game. What I'm telling you is make sure, though, that if you want more stuff, you have to support it. None of that like ripping off people to get the stuff. You know what I mean? Like some people do crazy things like that where they're out there doing it, but support the company and you will get more. He said Forbidden Door was amazing. I have yet to go back and watch anything from it, but it sounds good. Dynamite 8.5 out of 10. As always, 10 out of 10. I don't know if that's for us, but we'll take that credit. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate you, Mr. Douglas. Be elite. Be the elites. Peace. Don't know when I'll get it, sadly. We'll see. You might catch it on sale too, Sick. The Elite Edition was on sale for the 71 instead of paying 80 for it, so I thought that was cool. Let me see here. Original Biggie, if y'all can confirm attacking referees, Fight Forever will give me 3 kings, kicking men, kicking women, and kicking referees. I'm in. I don't know if the referees can be hit because I haven't been in that scenario yet. I did have one match where I got pretty close to Aubrey and she kind of just like scurried out of the way, but that was it. Aki Fanatic here, it's giving me vibes, but still gauging it. Right. I feel I'm in the same boat. When I'm ready to do a review, you guys will probably see it. How does the DLC work? I want to be a few people who aren't in the regular game. Eric, let me know who you want to be, and I'll tell you. Right now, the passes. FTR got put in the game today. I saw a review where someone was like, how do you not have FTR in the game? And I was like, maybe should have waited to do the review a little bit more. But FTR's in the game. Cash and Dax, I've used them. They look great. The models look great. I'm happy they're in the game. Let me know who you would be interested in having. I did a whole thing on how I would do DLC packs so you could keep them coming continuously. Now, are your favorites going to be in there? I don't know. I think it's going to depend on popularity and who they're going to try to sneak in. It sounds like the Acclaim got scanned. Max Caster put up a tweet yesterday saying that someone said, I'm not buying the game because the Acclaimed aren't in. They were like, hold on, player. We're going to be in DLC. We just got our pictures taken. So more people are getting added into this still. And Season Pass 1 is called Season Pass 1. It's not called like, oh, this is everything you're going to get. It's not one Season Pass. It says Season Pass 1 for a reason. I'm sure their Fight Forever 2 or whatever will be on the Unreal Engine 5. Me and E were talking about that. That would be interesting for them to do something like that. And like I said, there's going to have to be another video game eventually. But what I like is you don't need one every year because you're just wasting time. Just put out one and give us DLC packs to update. And you can work on some bigger things for the next game. And when you have enough stuff where you're like, okay, this is a big deal now, you'll get it. And in one of the FAQs recently, too, they did have a little smiley face about match types when they asked, will you be adding match types to the game? From what I'm seeing, the game is fun, and the game will be slowly adding in new stuff in the next few months. I think the creator wrestler mode it leaves stuff to be desired. There's hope there, though. Some of the things look better than they do in previous games, like chains and things like that. So while people are upset with the models, like I saw Sick right here, I don't like the cartoonish feel with the realistic move style. He said I don't mind. Okay, sorry, Sick. I just saw that when I scrolled. Yeah, that's okay with me. How they have the model set up and all that. I'm not going to complain about it. Would I prefer realistic looking models? Yes, but to each their own, right? It just depends on how you feel about it. And like Matt said, if they can add stuff into the call mode, into the shop mode, it'll make it a win. Trust me. But this is a good foundation to build upon. And that's another thing I keep saying, Original Biggie. Between that and what football brings with Maximum Football, this will be a fun time. Nighthawk in the chat. What's good, Hawk? He said, one annoying thing, I had to make FTR DLC a tag team, picking their finishers and making their entrance. Ooh, did not know that, Hawk. Did not see that. So they must have them separate. The Hardys are separate too, which is weird. I picked them earlier and they had two separate entrances. The hardest part of this game is guessing what your opponent's going to do, strike or grapple. Brings an element of thinking into it though, right? So guessing which black button to use is the hardest part. Take the score up. Trust me, bro, we're going to be playing this more than 2K23. 2K23 is dead to me. Harsh. Let's see here. Matt Lopez says I'm paying for all the DLC when they drop. I agree. I don't know what the hell just got near my face. Sorry. I actually don't see ref bump. They need to fix that. That could be something too. Plus mashing the buttons is back, so that's a plus. Not everyone can do that too, though. That's a tough thing to put in. They need a lot of women. Yeah, they could definitely add in a whole pack of them, Dustin. New Japan DLC would be cool. Yeah, and I think Nick Sobek tweeted that he would be interested in having that. I put up a video where I talk about Fight Forever DLC in the regular video section. If you guys click the channel, it's about 20 minutes long. I know you can only hear out of one side. There was an issue with the recording on it, but I wasn't going to record it again because it was like 20 minutes and I spent enough time on it. But you can still hear everything I'm saying in the packs that I put up. I had an idea for Forbidden Door and International DLC pack where you could add some people from New Japan and do some different things. I thought it would be cool. And I think having New Japan DLC would be dope. You could add in Forbidden Door. There's a lot you could do with this when you need it. Someone says Tony, Saraya, Willow, and Jamie F. and Hater. How about Serena Deeb? You got to think about the people who've been there for a while, too. Like, where's Private Party? I thought Private Party should be in this game. Butcher and the Blade. Got a lot of teams missing. I don't think they scan. I think Speedy takes their photos like the Bucks on BTE a while back. Hoping there is ROH and Forbidden Door DLC. Me too, Matt. I had a good idea for that too. ROH Punk, ROH Danielson, Nigel McGuinness, Samoa Joe, and the Briscoes. Tell me that wouldn't be fun DLC packs for people. I think they'll support this full time for like 3 or 4 years and start working on the second one. They might call it something different than Fight Forever. That's fine. I love how they call Brock Lesnar's F5 finisher diverticulitis. Come on, people. Where's the librarian? No Peter Avalon and no Leva Bates. Facts. Nice to see 2K23 is on patch 14.2719458. Universe mode's broken again. We definitely need Forbidden Door level. Undisputed Elite ROH. You can do that too. Update the CAW parts, I think, is going to be a key to this. I don't know how much play you can get out of Road to the Elite. I've avoided spoilers on it, so please don't send them to me. I don't want to know. I even skipped it in any reviews that I listened to today just because I didn't want to hear it and get too deep into it. But it was a heck of a time, right? So those are my initial impressions on the game. I would love to hear yours. We'll get back into this. I'll try to get some, maybe we'll do a live stream soon on the game. I'm kind of waiting because all the people who had the game early already did that stuff. So you're kind of just waiting for the right time to do it just so that my audience can interact with me versus I'm trying to get people. So if you guys ever want to see something, if you haven't, we'll try to stream it. Maybe I can stream it at some point tomorrow evening and hop on. So be on the lookout for that. Next thing we got coming up will be Clash of the Podcast this Monday. Sean Hubbard live, 6:05 Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you are there. Next week, Derek should be back and we'll be covering AEW Dynamite. Maybe we'll talk a little Fight Forever, and he'll have no excuse, man. We're ready for that matchup, Derek. All right, it's time for that steak, egg, and cheese bagel. All right, it's time for you to finally learn what breakfast is all about. So listen, guys, thank you so much for being in here. I apologize if I sounded tired. I am tired though, but I'm in a good mood though. I appreciate everybody. Thank you guys so much for rocking with EPW. We are out for this episode of Everything Pro Wrestling. We'll see you live this Monday for Clash of the Podcast. We are out. 1.